Hi, hi everybody. How are you doing? Yeah, fine. Well, this time I didn't bring tequila. Sorry about that, but I bring all the passion and I bring all the emotion of pinball that is growing in Mexico. We've been like 5 years working on it in Mexico as a distro of Stern Pinball, and there are many people that are very fanatic in Mexico that were in his homes and were like looking if sometime some bring pinball in Mexico. One of them is my friend here, Manuel Hernandez, who also uh, has pinballs and make a great, great video to show a little bit about Mexico, and so you can get a little of Mexico in your hearts, and but not tequila. Sorry about. Let me check it out. The Valentina's house. Well, you know, my I have a little baby, 1 year and 2 months. Her name is Valentina. Yeah, it's nice. Sure.
Well, thank you very much for the invitation to Rob and all the community. Thank you very much. We are very happy to be here and to share a little bit of what we are doing in Mexico, what is happening with pinball in Mexico, and hope you like it. So we're gonna put a video that we put together, and it's only 5 minutes. So let us put the Mexico, our neighbor to the south, a country of Mexico, our neighbor to the south, a country of more than 130 million people, with a heart that beats between two worlds, North America and Latin America. Its main cities, Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey, are among the most dynamic and creative in Latin America. From the highlands of Querétaro to the beaches of Cancun, Mexico is color, sound, and motion. A place where tradition meets innovation and where stories are told not only through words, but through sensations. The relationship between Mexico and the United States has always been unique, connected by history, trade, and millions of families. We share 2,000 miles of border and a constant exchange of music, cinema, and technology. Over the years, our cultures have learned from each other, blending, adapting, transforming, creating a bridge of friendship that still stands strong. Because Mexico doesn't resist change, it reinvents it. Mexico has always been a country moved by emotion. We celebrate everything: life, music, color, and nostalgia. When something touches our hearts, we make it our own. From food to music, from fashion to art, we take what we love and give it back with our own flavor. That's how global ideas become local passions, alive with Mexican soul. When it comes to gaming, Mexico has a long and colorful history. The first arcades arrived in the 1970s and 80s, and suddenly kids who have never seen a joystick before spend hours playing Pac Man, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat in smoky, crowded game rooms. Pinball machines also made their way into the country, mostly through imported amusement centers, arcades, and the occasional movie theater lobby. But they never became mainstream like in the United States. Why? They never became part of Mexican culture. Also, high import costs, limited spare parts, no official distributors, and almost no trained technicians. To make things worse, the word pinball became wrongly associated with slot machines, illegal gambling devices that flooded bars and cantinas across the country. That confusion created a stigma. When people heard pinball, they thought of gambling, not of skill, art, engineering, or community. Yet, those who discovered the real thing, the lights, the sound, the physics, the challenge, fell in love forever. And even though pinball didn't continue like in the United States, those memories stayed. People still remember the sound of the flippers, the flashing lights, and those afternoons when kids would keep the change from buying tortillas just to play one more game. Now, many of them are showing it to their own children, sharing not just a game, but a piece of their youth. Today, Mexico is ready for a pinball renaissance. With a young, creative population passionate about technology, design, and nostalgia, pinball represents something fresh and deeply human in a digital world. Events are growing, collectors are multiplying, and companies like Pinball Mexico are building bridges, bringing machines, tournaments, and communities together. In Mexico, everything that mixes emotion and movement finds a place. And that's exactly what pinball is: emotion in motion. So, to everyone here at the Chicago Pinball Expo, we invite you to look south because Mexico is not just watching, Mexico is ready to play.
Yeah, thank you a lot. Thank you, everybody. Well, it has been like a tough way through in Mexico because it all starts about my passion. When I was a little kid, like everybody, I think so. Well, in Mexico, we could play pinball in some places, and I used to go to a place to play Twilight Zone. And like 15 years ago, I don't know, by a hit or lucky or something, I found a friend and he told me, well, you can also buy pinballs in Mexico, but it's like a little tough. You need to look many places and are old ones. And then I start my journey. I bought my first pinball. It was Adam's Family. And then another one, and some friends were telling me, well, if you are like with all those pinballs, there are no new pinballs in the community or in the world. Yeah, sure. There are many companies that are making steel pinballs. And then, well, I was like looking for the one that it was like the most known and the big one. And I called one time, two times, and in one of those, I get lucky, and I could talk with the right person, and then we talk, we get right. Thank you, Doc. And then it started. It started like that, but then we were ready to start in Mexico, and then we know that as one person has the trademark of the word pinball. He will trademark many words only for buying or for selling them after. And then I couldn't sell pinballs in Mexico after I look around and negotiate with him. And after a few negotiations, I could take the word pinball, the trademark, and sell pinballs. Then we were ready to open, but well, it was 2020 and the pandemic came through. We have like a space in a mall, and then we were ready to open. Well, 3 months close, pandemic. Well, I was well. It gives me time to uh, move around. It was like I don't know, like a dream for a big small kid that I have a place full of pinballs, and it was my birthday, and I could play everything. But well, the sales didn't start. After that, we could open the place with all the things, with all the see that you need to have to open. And after that, uh, we look around as you saw in the video. In Mexico, the name pinball they is totally associated with gambling machines. So when we were like publishing Facebook and they were like calling out, are the slot machines or why are that price? Because no, are the classic pinball. So it was like a little tough to do that, but well, we go through. And now, like 2 months ago, we opened the first place in Mexico that has 3 stories, has a pub, has 12 pinball machines, has arcades. It's the one that you also see a little clips on the video, and it's making community. And for me, well, I love pinball, and also I love like all the people around him, everybody, the people that I know about this is like fantastic. All the people I have been growing this community together. The first time I came here to Pinball Expo was in 2019. I was the only Mexican people in here, and they were like, "Oh, you came from Mexico?" They were like, "Wow, wow, Mexico. Well, it's real. It's not so far. So why you are so like wondering about it?" Yeah. Oh, oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I was the only one from Mexico, and well, they knew because sometimes I was speaking in telephone in Spanish, and they knew about I was from Mexico, no? But it was like very amazing that well, Mexico is we share border, and they were so excited. Well, they were like so amused about it, and then well I will start working in that year. I start with the Stern Pinball, and all this passion, all these things make me to know friends, to make community. Well, like here, Manuel, that is a good friend that has been my client, and he's also very passionate, and he could talk about something about the passion and all the thing that he could look around in another side of view.
Well, in my case, as a client from Ivan, as a Mexican passionate of pinball, I always wanted to have a pinball machine in my house, but there was no way in Mexico. So, because since I was little, my dad used to bring me here to the United States, and we used to play pinball in some even at the university where my parents met here in Oregon State University. So I just I always wanted to have a pinball machine in my house. There was no way in Mexico until um, 2021 that I got an ad in Facebook from Pinball Mexico, and I was just so surprised that wow, they are selling pinballs in Mexico. That's so crazy. So I was looking through the ad, and I saw that wow, there's a Star Wars machine. I want a Star Wars machine. So doing some research. I thought, well, I want a premium one, but
Yeah, for the moment we're sold.
they
So
were not
yeah, for we
only
only pro, we
only
only have
pro.
pro
Yeah.
for the moment.
So I
Yeah.
said, no, I want that thing that makes the ball go around. And
Oh,
but then he had a Mandalorian, so I said, okay, wow, great. I'll have a Mandalorian machine. And the thing is that I have two kids, very small kids. The youngest one was 4 years old. So when he saw the machine coming to house, he was just so amazed that all the characters at the how you say
Black
the
grass.
back glass, yeah, the he was just so amazed that he was even scared about this character Ahsoka, besides the Mandalorian. So yeah, it is was a great day when we opened the machine, and now we have three machines at home, and it's just we invite friends every time, and every Christmas we have a tournament, a family tournament. Uh, 10 people playing a tournament on Christmas, only with three machines, and we have such a great Christmas evening playing pinball in Querétaro, Mexico. That's the town where I live, and also Ivan. And that's the story in my case,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
right.
been amazing. Yeah.
No, no, no. It was great that we, with this passion, when in the showroom, in the place that we were like opening with the people, he was really passionate about looking people about our age that comes with his sons, and the sons even know how to play, but start playing the pinball, and I don't know. Now kids have another shape because the father was like, "Oh, this is my score," and the kid, the first time he played, wow, double the score about the father, no, and he was like, it's amazing, it's really good to make all that passion came true, and I'm working on it. Even for all the legislation in Mexico, it's really hard. Well, Doug know about it. Even for importing, you have to make norms and other things, and you have to take one pinball to check it out. Uh,
Break it up,
for
break apart the
break
machine.
parts of the machine from electrical things, and even well. Costco have been like a little long time to can do it because well it's not good. Well, it takes time. So that all things makes that more the people that know that it's not easy to have a pinball well in a good way in Mexico find out that it's great to feel it, to have it in Mexico. And 2 months ago we opened that new place is like in the weekends, wow, thank God, it's like lines of people waiting to get in because they know this is the only place in Mexico, and we are trying to make it more for more places. There are cities that are so big as Mexico City, Monterrey, Guadalajara, and they know about as they are more near from US, they know more about pinball and they are like good customers about it. Yeah, we are in Mexico City. Yeah, that new arcade is in Mexico City. In Querétaro also we have a place, and also I'm like because I'm in Querétaro, I'm like making more operation in Querétaro. In Querétaro have five places, five brewers with pinballs, and we are like opening more because this is the way to do it. So many people know and that pinball is totally alive, no, and makes the passion like bro, like mm, feel it great. And
Yeah,
no,
it's still not a culture thing in Mexico. In Mexico, people like to play football and other soccer and all other things, but um, I think slow it's coming alive, and people are still like a little bit scared to to touch the buttons and to
Yeah,
like
right.
take the risk playing a machine. But who take the risk, just wow, they very fastly
Yeah, that's
get
right.
it.
Then
Yeah,
they learn it very
they
fast.
learn it very fast.
But
Yeah,
it's like that they had to do that step because we saw it in the breweries. There are many people that look the pinball machine and look at, oh, it's nice. Maybe sometimes I see it in a movie or I don't know, but they need to do the step to go to the pinball and play it because they are like a little scared to I don't know how to play it. So sometimes we are there, so or people we have there than telling you want to play pinball, oh go, or they like the team. If they like the team, maybe they are looking around, they are checking around, and then well, play it, take the risk. There's no problem. And some of them like everything. No, some of them like it. Some of them says, "Oh, it's okay. It's like everything." No, right?
yeah, yeah,
But it's been thought. It's been hard to make it happen. But well, hopefully 2 years, 4 years more, we have a lot of more places in pinball. So when you go to Mexico, you don't and you go with your stern I see you still have all your budgets, well the dates of how is name, yeah,
accomplishments. Yeah,
the accomplishes and the ones that you have every day if you don't lose the everyday place,
yeah.
no, but I don't know if you have some questions, some it's 10 pesos. 10 pesos that it will be
50 cents only.
50 cents.
Yeah.
50 cents.
Uh, I have a question about those gambling machines. They look like pinball, and it looks like they have a plunger that's shooting a ball. It's rolling down a slope similar to a
Yeah,
pinball.
that's right. That's a problem because it's very similar about it has a plunger, it has a ball, and it has pins. And but it's
No,
illegal.
no flippers,
No
right?
flippers. No, no flippers. It's totally like by
So it bounces around
bounces
and
around.
it pays off depending on where it lands.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And is there what we would call up here organized crime that runs those?
it used to be like I don't know, 7 years ago it was like really so well known. So that's why many people in Mexico, when we start, they heard the name pinball. It was like, oh no man, no it's okay. I don't want it, no. But they didn't know that it was the classic pinball. So even we have to in the ads in and say that classic pinball or something like that to make the difference about the other one.
Mm-hmm. Another question. So
Okay.
uh, in Europe, they often use the word flipper instead of pinball, and it gets
Right.
past that. Would flipper be understood in Mexico?
Maybe not because many people around 40 years and plus, they knew pinball when we were kids. So, and they don't know the name, the flipper.
Mm-hmm.
So that people that are like older, yeah, they know about pinball, but they because it haven't been in Mexico, they like think about the glamping machines.
Yep. Other.
Just curious, what machines are the most popular over there, and what's a theme you think would do really well in Mexico?
Uh, well, yeah, there is. Well, Godzilla. I think for all the toys that it has, also for the enthusiasts and the occasional players, is like Godzilla and then Star Wars for the team. So and also Stranger Things. It's like the most like that they play. Stranger Things, Godzilla, and and Star Wars. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, but
The
well,
show is very popular. Yeah, the
yeah,
show.
it's
Yeah, it
very,
is.
very,
But there are no.
no, because they are old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have like the new ones. Yeah, we only have the new ones. But Star Wars is like doing really good, really really good, and many people are really fanatic about it, about Star Wars, and I don't know. Yep.
I'm curious about language because I know from researching Italian that Gottlieb always kept English instructions on the Italian games, but Bally would,
France too.
and in France too, and then but Bally would put Italian instructions. What about in Mexico? Do you enable the Spanish language in the settings?
Yeah, well, not in the settings. Well, this in Spanish. In Spanish, you can see Stern has the option in Spanish, and also in the cards. In some of those, also put it in Spanish. But well, the people don't even read the cards because in some of those also we have a QR that they could saw like the instructions more deeply, more deeply. But the people even don't read the cards. But yeah, we do it.
Mostly people that play pinball in Mexico are used to see like American movies in English. So they are very familiar with the English language. So, for example, call outs and all those things, they understand more or less the game for the call outs. And it's not a
That's
big problem, the language, when you're playing in Mexico.
that's right. Yep.
Last one.
Hi. I think you said that when the games were imported, they had to be disassembled. I didn't quite make that out. Could you explain it a little more?
Mm. Yeah, that's right. Well, they had to go through a process, and electronics they have to maybe in some of those they have the cables to peel it up, and in some of others it take a lot of power if will no, I don't know, born or something, and some of those is like destructive things that they made to it to pass the norm, the Mexican norm.
Yeah, the government likes to
Yeah.
put a lot of. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It's a safety inspection, but the thing is like it's destructive. So and sometimes takes a little more of time, and you need to make all that process to start with all the imports.
And is that for each game?
It's for each game and each
Each new
mod. So
game?
yeah, so sometimes you can like, but it's for each game.
Well, in other words, if you got a container load, business
Hmm.
gets big, you get a container load of 20 Godzillas, they're going to inspect all 20
No,
or
only
just
the
one?
model. Yeah, is the
Okay.
inspection is only for the model Godzilla Pro, Godzilla Premium, LE. So it's for everyone.
My name is Doug Score. I manage all the export business for Stern Pinball. Been in the industry my entire life, and I certainly know all the idiosyncrasies of shipping throughout the entire planet, as well as all the players around the planet. And Ivan is a clear example of the kind of distributors that we seek out today. The younger guy who's an extreme enthusiast about pinball. In the old days, we used to look for the commercial guy. Today, we're more interested in a guy like Ivan. He is kind of like landing on Mars right now, if you could imagine. And he's just gotten out of the spaceship and he's putting some pinball machines on location. Everyone's looking at him like he's from Mars. And so um, I just want to point out a couple things. The issue that you brought up in regards to the games that look like pinball machines, those are called bingo machines. They've been around since the 1950s.
Yeah, that's
We
the Taiwanese style.
those are the Taiwanese, but they've been made here in the U.S. Bally used to make them at one point, and they're also made in Europe throughout. There's still European companies that are still making them today, and quite honestly, we face this in distribution throughout the world that our games are often confused as being gambling devices. But anyways, what Ivan was talking about, I would tell you that shipping into Mexico is only second to Japan. If you can, as far as difficulty of getting product into the country, Japan is the worst. It is just a country full of bureaucracy, full of many layers of just paperwork and red tape. I would tell
Mhm.
you Mexico is right behind it as far as being one of the most difficult countries to ship into. Ivan has done a fantastic job
Oh, thank you, thank
in,
you.
in his short in the last 5 years in developing his market. He's got a long way to go. He knows it. He's in for the long haul. He's extremely passionate. And as you all know, us all in this industry have to show our passion for this, for what this hobby is, what it's about. And the best thing we can do is just share the passion. I keep telling people just keep sharing the passion. And Ivan has done that. And by the way, that was a fantastic video you put together. It was
Yeah.
really
No, no,
terrific.
no, no,
I really
that's-
compliment you on that. So, anyways, I've taken up enough of your
no,
time,
no, no,
but
it's okay.
thank you very much.
You are like,
Well,
yeah,
thank you,
amazing.
Doug, for all
Yeah,
those
thank you,
amplifying
thank you, Doug.
comments that will be important for the historical record. And
Yeah,
thank
that's
you
right.
guys
No,
for
Thank you very much.
thank you, everybody, and welcome Mexico. Whenever you want, well, you can go to Mexico. Thank you, Rob.